From America and from Canada and all this English-speaking world. Here, my name is Arias. I am a biologist, and also I'm doing now research on music instruments from the pre-Inca times. And as you see here, now I have a small part of my collection of conchs from different species to show you in these different movies that I will be making what type of instruments I play when I do sound circles all over Europe. These conchs are called in Peru Waylla Kepa. It's a Quechua word that has to do with, its meaning is sound, strong sound or trumpet. But also it is called Pututu. And we have it in every culture from Peru. We have it on the Chavin, that it was considered one of the oldest cultures. We have it in Moches. We have it in many other cultures which use the Pututu or the Waylla Kepa for ritual purposes. As you see, I've gathered many different species from Pututus that I've made myself, and also I bought. And one interesting thing to know and to see is there are two main important symbols in the cultures, in the Peruvian cultures. One of them is the sun, and the second one is the this symbol, the spiral. So every animal and everything that had this symbol was considered ritual. So that's one of the reasons why the Pututu is in every ritual that was made. That's what we think. Some of them are trying to know why is it related, this type of instruments, with a jaguar. And the jaguar and many other animals, in my research I have found that what do you call it? The animals that are the power animals from the Peruvian cultures, all of them, or most of them, have the spiral. The condor, when it flies, it does like this to fly high above in the sky. The jaguar has a spiral in the tail. The frog, I am a herpetologist, so some people laugh and say, Carlos, where is the spiral? And of course the spiral is in the tadpoles. When you see a tadpole, the tadpoles have the skin transparent. You can see through. And if you see the stomach from the tadpoles, it has a spiral, very well drawn. Now, what I found also, when you make the sound in the Pututu, this type of sound is made also by the jaguars. And if you do this, you bring very close to you a jaguar. You can do this, which I will not suggest. And I want to show you now what different sounds you get from different Conchs or Pututus. Here we have, for example, that's Strombus is the genus from this species, and this one comes from Brazil. It's called Strombus Goliath, and it sounds just same as the Pututu or the Strombus from Ecuador and the north of Peru. I'll play it for you. That's one made by me with bee wax. And I have that's with bee wax that you can play easier. Then I have it without bee wax. Those are from Brazil. This one, it's the common Strombus galeatus that comes from the north of Peru and Ecuador. And even though there are different species, the sound is almost the same. Strombus galeatus. There are many types of making a good Pututu for people that don't have the mouthpiece. I mean, that cannot do or have no practice in this. Sometimes to help them, we make it with a small tube with wax from bees, bee wax, or with a small piece of bamboos. In this time it was made here with plastic, that's actual. So this one it's some more fancier, made from people from the jungle in Peru, made after my inquiry. I have two of them, and very nice. Those are from my collection here. But these ones come from this Strombus. This one is called Strombus gigas. And thank God here in Germany I've bought many of them from people that want to sell them. And I do very nice Pututus. Now I've searched other species, and I found this one, for example. It's called Cassis. This is the biggest one I've ever seen, and I made it also a Pututu. Very difficult to play, but even though it's very nice, I am learning very well and very much about this type. Okay. Then you have this one, for which name I already forgot, and I call it the jaguar paw because I leave five like claws on this one. Then also we have this one. That's that comes from Florida, and I think also there's another species that comes from Asia. This one I bought here also, and it sounds like this. the difficult part is that some of them don't need to be blown too hard. In the cultures from Peru, we have found not only this type of organic materials to make a conch, trumpet, we found also these ones. These ones are made of clay and the sound from this one is not so nice as the originals. There's another one here, also interesting to hear. Of course, there's other beauties like this one here, that is made with epox. It's a man blowing. So you just put your mouth in there. These instruments are being used still in the native communities from Peru in Cusco. They are used to call people, to call for a gathering, but it's also very much used for ritual things. The Quero nation use it. Those are people that lived very high in the Andes, and they isolated themselves from all other tribes and from the Spanish people. And we use it now because when you open a ritual sound circle, you make a special space, and we call with these instruments our ancestors. Well, people, I hope you liked this explanation about the Pututus, Waylla Kepas, and I'll be doing some others where I will be explaining different instruments that we have in Peru. Take care, and I hope to see you soon.